Today's Tuesday, got off of work, went to the gym, gotta go back to work in a little while, so I have about 40 minutes to cook supper. I know a lot of parents, people can relate, you gotta hurry up and cook supper before, before everybody's starving to death, pick up the kid at band practice. So we're going to make smothered pork chops with gravy, all right? So, I have my cast iron pot right here. I have about a tablespoon and a half of oil, all right? In here is my pork chops from Sunday. I defrosted some pork chops, seasoned them on both sides, and I poured a little bit of chicken stock that I made, and it's just kind of been sitting in it. All right. So we are going to hurry up and brown the pork chops on each side really quickly. All right. Pork chops. There's 4 of us, 4 pork chops. We're just going to like sear them real quick for about a minute on each side just to get them brown. So put some little restons to go with the onions and everything like that. We're going to brown them, all right? So while that's getting hot, I will cut up the onions. All right. This cast iron takes a little while to get hot. Mr. Gary at work, I was asking him what to cook. Told me that about 2 weeks ago. Man, smell you some pork chops, madam. So I was like, you got it, Mr. Gary. And his onions, by the way, are doing absolutely fantastic. Like, we have some green onions they made on top, and some of them I think are almost a foot long. So he's just amazing. That generation, I learned so much from them. Mr. Gary's like 94 years old, and every day he comes see me before mass starts. And we talk about food and family and cars and football, and that's one of the best parts of my day is talking to the parishioners and asking them how they're doing. And they're absolute blessing. And I love talking with people and learning about our history in Louisiana, and we have such a rich culture here, and it's just the highlight of my day. Talking to people and learning things is the highlight. Alright, so you can feel it hot. So we're going to take this. Probably only gonna be able to fit 2 at one time. You hear that? That's what you want. Brown that on both sides. And we're going to cut the onion up. I'm just going to do little slivers like this. Okay, so you see it? Just little slivers. Like that. I have 2 medium-sized onions. If anybody asks where I get it from, I do get my onions from Sam's, a big old thing of onions, because we saute the you-know-what out of everything in here in Louisiana, you swear sometimes. And we go through a lot of onions, and hence why I'm growing onions. Maybe I'll put a little bit of money, keep a little bit of money in my pocket. That sounds beautiful. All right. It does look like a lot of onion, but I promise you it's not. You're probably thinking, Tina, that's way too much. If you want, I'll tell you what, we'll do 1.5. I cut my onion like this, I flip it, and then I cut it like this. It's a little trick they showed in culinary school when you cut onions like that. Okay, let's check them. Almost. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, we're gonna have smothered pork chops with onions and gravy. So where am I getting the gravy from? Okay. Alright, see how you flipped it? Just a little bit of color on that side. You just want a little bit of color, that's it. You're not cooking it, it's still going to basically be raw. Just put some color with the little restaurants at the bottom, and that's going to be it. So, my thing is, I don't throw anything away. I save everything. Always turning nothing into something. So if y'all saw our video on Saturday, we had the crock pot thing right here. I moved it just to clean the counter. We had Little Smokies and we had duck turkey meatballs. You see that? I have about 3-4 meatballs left, but all that gravy. Don't throw the gravy. Okay? Take your meatballs out. Put them in your lunch tomorrow. Okay? Ooh, these are so good. They still smell amazing. Alright. Shake some of that excess gravy off. Now drop your balls. Alright. See that? Make it part of the lunch. Alright. Nice, see that? I'll show you how the first two came out. Look at that. That's your flavor, my bam. Stick your next two in. Whatever many you have, that's how much you're going to be cooking. We're 4 people, so we're cooking 4. Alright? So cook that for about 2 minutes on each side. Alright? That's just to give it a little bit of color on each side. So you're going to have this gravy. This is making it. And you're using the chicken stock. All that's going to combine together and give you a whole bunch of goodness without buying any beef stock. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. Like most people would take all this brown gravy, what would they do? They'd probably throw it in the garbage. Why do that? You spent a lot of money on that. You worked hard for that. Why would you throw that away? On all the drippings from the meatballs is in there, even more flavor. Almost. Alright? We're doing good. You're going to tell yourself, well, Tina, I can't do this. Look, I got to leave in 30 minutes to go back to work. You can. This is a whole 40 minutes. And I cooked the corn last night. But we eat a lot of vegetables in this house, so my wonderful husband's probably going to make some PT pois or something like that, you know, while I'm at a meeting. Ooh, this does color. Come check out the color. Look at that. And just think they've been marinating since Sunday. So I got the other refrigerator for it. Alright. So this, I'm going to put something in there and somebody's going to eat that for lunch tomorrow. Alright. There you go. Alright, see, I already got the color. Alright, now this is when you put the onions in. Not drop it all over everywhere. The cutting board is really big. Now look at that. It's got all the seasoning from the pork chop. And at the bottom, look at that. It's completely empty. All your onions just soaked up. All those pork chops. All the grass, all the seasoning at the bottom. Soaked it all up. Look at that. Gonna wait about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna do the next step. All right, so the onions have been cooking for about 5 minutes. My husband, I always have to put the van on. All right, so 5 minutes, they've been cooking. I did notice, yes, I did not season these, but the pork chops are seasoned. This is seasoned, and the gravy that we're going to be putting in here is seasoned. So we're just going to put a little bit of this goodness. All right? You put that even on our scrambled eggs. All right. See that? And pizza. All right. So you see your restaurants and your chicken stock and all your seasoning from the pork chop? You're going to pour that in there. Scrape it. Don't throw that away. Look at that. All that seasoning. You're probably thinking to yourself, that already looks good. Yep. And just think, you're making gravy with that. All right. Medium low, medium high, medium, almost medium. All right. 5 more minutes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. 5 more minutes after I put the pork chop drippings in there. Let me show you how it looks. Okay. So these onions have been cooking for a total of about 15 minutes all together. All right. I know you're probably saying, well, what happens if I don't have that? You can, if you want, just brown your onions, and when they're really brown at the bottom, put water. If you want, if you have it, put chicken stocks. Well, Tina, how much was in there? It was probably about a cup total of the drippings with the seasonings. You know, when I was younger, I couldn't even afford chicken stock when I was in college. You know what I did? I took water, I put salt, I put pepper, I put garlic powder. I seasoned my water. You know, if you just don't have the money for the stock, I get it. I mean, stuff's expensive. Season your water. I mean, you know, or if you want, you can buy the bouillons or the powder, the little things you can put in the water. You can make your own little stock. They have the little containers, I think at the Dollar Tree. There's like 20 little cubes in a container, like $1.50. You can make chicken stock like that. It doesn't have to be from scratch. You can use it any way you want. You get a rotisserie chicken from Sam's, from Walmart. When you take the chicken out, there's all that stock at the bottom. There's all that stuff that fell at the bottom right there. There's your stock. You can actually, when your families can finish eating a chicken, you can actually take the carcass, put it in a pot, put about 4 cups of water, and just let it boil with all that carcass in it. All those drippings from the chicken you finished eating, and then you strain it. You can take a regular strainer, like a spaghetti strainer, strain it. You just made yourself some chicken stock, just from the carcass from your chicken. You know? Use what you got. So, like I'm saying, I'm gonna use what I got. This is my brown gravy. Okay, Tina, how much is in here? So let's say we measured this. This is probably about 1.5 cups of used brown gravy. All right, probably about 1.5 cups. So if you need to know if you're buying your gluten-free packets or your brown gravy packets, I would buy 2 of them. All right, buy 2 packets. That's 2 cups of water with the 2 packets. Put in your cold water, mix it up. You're gonna put it in here. When it gets a little thicker, put your pork chops in. All right, you see how mine's already nice and thick? I'm gonna have to make mine thinner. All right, so what I did is, if y'all hadn't noticed, I switched spatulas. See how the raw juice from the pork chop was in there? I didn't use the same spatula. That one is now in the dishwasher, and I got a fresh one. Because I'm not going to contaminate the cooked food with the food that was raw. Because you're going to get you sick. So don't do that. So I'm going to put my gravy in here that I use for my meatballs. Alright? I'm using what I got. I mean, literally, if you have a pack of pork chops and an onion, you can cook this meal. And I only buy the pork chops when they go on sale. Now, you see, that's really thick. That's too thick. All right? So I'll just probably put about half a cup of water. Because my onions made a little gravy, and then I put more gravy. Okay, so that's 3/4 of a cup of water. See that? And you're cooking it, it's going to get thick. That's 8 ounces of water. All right? Stir that up. All right, get your pork chops. All right. Clean tongs. Put your pork chops in there. I'm gonna layer mine like this. This one on this side. This one on this side. Oh, it got me. It's not going all the way on this side. Now, see the grease, all the little drippings, everything from the pork chop, where's that going? More flavor. See that? All right, so it has been a total of 37 minutes from beginning to end. Your prep time. So you do is, it's on medium, medium low. You're gonna let this cook as much as you want your pork chops to be cooked. If you want them shredded and falling apart, do that. If you want it still slightly pink in the middle, 15 minutes, that's gonna be ready. All right? These, my husband's gonna watch them while I go to work. But look, these are just gonna sit in that gravy and be all happy. About every 10 minutes though, you see how if the pot's not big enough? It's not all of it sitting in there, you only got 2 out of the 4 sitting in there. So what you do is you take those 2, put those on top of those 2, and then those are gonna be happy, and those are gonna be marinating, all right? When the pork chops are falling apart, which is only gonna take about 30 minutes, your food is done. Now your sides, Tina, like people have told me, well, Tina, I want you to make a meal from beginning to end. I will do that. I'm getting there. We've only been doing this for 5 weeks, so we're probably going to make some petit pois. My husband will make some while I'm at work. All right. Petit pois, the king of vegetables in the can. We love these. Very sad when Walmart stopped selling them because that was the cheapest place to buy them. The only place you can buy them now over here is at Rouse's, and when they're on sale, they're $2 a can. You're like, that is expensive. Yes, it is expensive. So why buy them? They go down to about $1.59 a can. I buy about 8 at a time. But We love these. If you can ever get your hands on these, you're like, Tina, it's just peas. It's not just peas. It is the best peas. Get your hands on these, try them, put them in a little bowl, drain them. Don't cook your peas in that liquid. That's too much sodium. Too much sodium. Don't do that. Any doctor will tell you don't do that. Drain your peas, put your little bit of butter, salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika maybe, in your own plate because my husband hates it. Cook you some peas with that. This goes good with mashed potatoes. This goes good with rice. Hell, if you want, you can even make some like what is it? White shells and cheese. Aunt Annie's white cheddar. Sam's had a sale on this last week. No, 2 weeks ago, and it was a total of $8.63 for 12 boxes. I kid you not. We paid $8.63, I had checked, for 12 boxes. When can you ever buy macaroni and cheese? That's white cheddar. That's organic for that cheap. That's why this is the only reason why we have this one. Because it was vastly on sale. It came up to like 78 cents, I think, a box. All right? So eat it. Put you some rice in your plate. Put that on top of the rice. Put it on the top the mashed potatoes. Put it on top the pasta. Whatever you want. If you have any questions, any questions you want to ask, anything you want cooked, you let me know. We are here to answer the questions. We do check it daily. Oh, we see how it's already? Okay, so I'm taking these two and I'm putting these on top. Rotating all this all around. Tina, you need a bigger pot. Yes, I know. See that? Already falling apart. But it's still raw, so it's not ready yet. Yes, I'm making a mess. So, about every 10 minutes, move your pork chops. Yep, it's going to fall apart. You eat with this what you want to eat with it. It's whatever makes your family happy. I will not be one of these cooks that make these video shows. You have to do this, you have to do that, or you season it the way you want. This is probably maybe not even seasoned enough for us. Once the pork chops are completely cooked, I'll probably taste it when I come back from work to see if it needs more seasoning. It's probably going to need more seasoning. You know, you're like, that's a lot. Yes, it is, but we like everything pimote over here. All right. So this is our smothered pork chops in our gluten-free brown gravy. All right. We appreciate y'all watching the video with us today. We love you guys very much. Thank you for all. It's been almost 6 weeks now, and we've gotten so many wonderful comments and questions about everything like that, and thanking us for starting up these videos. We love the state of Louisiana. We're very proud of our food and our heritage and our people, and we just love it here. We love this state. We love being here. We hope we never have to leave. Hoping the hurricanes can stay away. Pray for us. No hurricanes. We are hoping to continue to make all these wonderful foods for you that we love. We're hoping very soon maybe buy some oysters. We'll show you how to go buy oysters, rinse them, open them, fry them all up, put them in a po' boy. You're going to love it. Love it. All right? I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And we love you guys very much. Be the reason why someone smiles, not struggles today. And I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Peace.